If you're wondering if subliminals actually work and you want to see some real results with proof and hear like the craziest story times that you will ever hear about how I manifested money, how I accidentally ruined my life with a subliminal, and how I had the craziest euphoria type of moments in my life because of a subliminal, then keep watching this video. Hi internet best friends, and welcome back to my sleepover. In today's video we're going to be talking about subliminals. I'm going to be telling you guys about two different subliminals while also giving you guys like proof for all of it. The first one is the money subliminal and the second one is the main character life subliminal, and I'm going to be telling you guys how I manifested money, some really cute main character moments that happened in my life, a story from my life that literally felt like I was in an episode of Euphoria, and I'm going to be saving the craziest for last, which is how my life almost got destroyed because of the main character subliminal. So buckle up, because in this video we're going to be doing this beautiful makeup look, and let's get right into this video. Okay, as usual I'm going to be starting off with wiping my face, and I'm gonna be telling you guys the very first story. So after making my last subliminals video, I was honestly surprised by my results myself, so I decided to start listening to subliminals again. And basically the first thing that I'm gonna be telling you guys is about that money manifestation subliminal. I literally did not expect that much from it, but it was actually even like third or fourth day of me listening to it. That day I was literally shocked because I was walking outside with my friends and we were walking, and all of a sudden on the ground I see a 200 crown bill, which is equal to around 10 US dollars. It was literally so freaking crazy. Like, I'm not even freaking lying, you guys. It's also like so hard to talk and do makeup at the same time. Okay, so I want to do like a little bit of green, so I kept listening to the subliminal. I checked my like check bank account one day. I think that one was like a week later or something, and I'm like surprised because I like see more money on there than I had, and I was like, what is going on here? So I go to like try to figure it out, and then I like see the name of my university there, and I'm just like, hold on, something is not right about this. Like, did I get a refund or something? Why is my university sending me money? Isn't it supposed to be like the other way around? And then I check my email, and what I see there is literally shocking to me. So basically I see an email from my university being like, you have got additional scholarship, and I'm like, what the heck? So basically it turns out that I actually ended up getting more scholarship money from my university, and that like every semester from now on I'm going to be getting $150 sent from my university to my freaking card. I was so happy. And right now I'm actually going to be telling you guys about the main character life subliminal. Okay, so the first thing is also something that I mentioned in my previous video as well, but I didn't really tell you guys the full story of it. I was listening to this subliminal which was supposed to give you like a main character life. So I had this guy that I kind of liked. I've only seen him like in real life 2 times. The first time was like at some party. I think it was like at his house or something, and he came like really late. He just like went into his room, took something, and then like left. And in that moment I thought he was such a freaking like, seriously, I was like, I'm never going to talk to this person in my freaking life. And that's like a really movie type of moment when the person you never want to talk to kind of ends up being the person that you start liking. The second time I saw him was at some like different party. So I just saw him like walk in and walk into the party, and that was it. I kind of thought that he looked good in that moment, but that was all. At some point I remember he liked one of my Instagram pictures, and I was like looking at his story, and he posted like something interesting on his stories. So I decided to reply to it. Now we need to blend this atrocity. And he was like, hey, I was thinking of like doing something. I'm not gonna say what it is because I don't want to make it obvious like who the person is. And he was like, would you also want to join me? And I was like, yeah, I'd love to. And then we kind of talked, and then we met for the first time, and it was also again a really weird moment. After we did like whatever we planned on doing, we decided to go and like have some drinks, and while we were going there it started raining, and then we started like running in the rain. It legitimately felt like a scene out of the movie. And then I left to go to Paris, and when I was in Paris one day after I stayed back while my friends went to the club because I was too tired, this person texts me being like, hey, like I was wondering if I like took a day off or something, would you want to like go somewhere or something like that. And in that moment I was like, oh my freaking god, did like the person I like just ask me out or something? And I almost fell down the stairs when I read that message. Like, life really felt like a movie. It looks kind of cute. Now it is time for the second story, and this one, you guys, is like one of my favorites because it was a crazy night. So it was like a while later, I ended up with that person for like a while. We had a lot of great moments, and then at some point things between us were pretty like not good. So that day we were like barely talking, and one of the girls that I was friends with from university really wanted to go to a club, and I agreed to go with her. She also invited one other girl, and I was like, okay, let's forget all about him and have a night just partying. So we went to this club. It was really beautiful. It was so gorgeous. I was wearing a hot outfit. I was really feeling myself, and then just freaking wait for it. So we go downstairs to dance, and you guys, I kid you not, I'm like walking in a crowd of people, and all of a sudden I see his freaking face. And it's not like a hallucination or I thought someone looked like him. Like, we passed each other like this, and I'm like looking at him. I'm like, wait a second, am I freaking hallucinating right now? And he's also looking at me, and so he's like, hi, and I'm like, hi? He didn't really say anything else. We were just like passing, so he didn't stop, I didn't stop, because we weren't really talking at that point. But wait for it, because it gets so much freaking crazier than that. So basically after that, I'm a little upset, but I'm like, it, I'm just gonna go to the dance floor. So I'm like dancing with my friends, and I'm like super happy at that point, and I catch eyes of this like really cute looking guy. He was like tall and blonde and like really good looking. But anyways, we start dancing with him, and at some point my friends were like, hey, we want to smoke, so let's go upstairs. And I asked him if he wanted to come too, and he also came with us. Me and this guy, we decided to like sit on the table and just talk, and my friends are like taking pictures and stuff. And all of a sudden, guess who I see? The guy that I'm not talking to anymore is like right in front of my table with his friends, and I just wanted to die there. So me and this other guy, let's just call him like the club guy. So me and the club guy are talking, and he's like telling me about himself and like how he plays football and stuff. And that literally felt like, you know that scene in Euphoria where like Maddie is like dancing to show off to Nate, and like Nate is there, and there's like all this like weird tension. That is kind of like how it felt to me. So I'm kind of like really upset at that point because we're not talking. So I tell about him to this other guy that I'm with, and he like looks over at him, and he's like, you're so much better than him, like you deserve so much better than that. I really don't like him. And I'm low-key like, thanks, I guess. Oh my god. And then he kisses me, and I don't know if the other person saw that. And in that moment, my friends also came up to me, and they were like, hey, we want to go to a different club. And I'm like, girl, I am not paying the entrance fee for a different club at this point. I paid $20 to be in here, so I'm gonna stay in here. And they're like, okay, but we want to go to a different place, so you guys have fun. So I stay with this guy, and we go to dance some more, and I don't see the guy that I'm not talking to after that. And at some point after we're like dancing, I'm like, I'm tired, I want to go home now, let's leave. So we try to look for his friends that he came to the club with, but we can't find them, and his phone is also dead. And I'm like, okay, do you remember the address of where you live? So he just puts the address in my phone, and then I'm like, actually, you know what, let's take a walk. So we basically end up walking to the hotel that he's staying at. Like, we walked probably 6 or 7 kilometers or something. It was legitimately like almost like halfway across the city, and we like saw the sunrise. We talked a lot before we got to like where he was staying, and after that, obviously I didn't stay over. I left because I'm not that kind of person. Like, if it's your thing, you do you, boo, but I'm gonna stay out of that. So that was like my crazy main character night, and right now I'm going to be telling you guys about actually the main character type of moments that literally ruined my life. And I don't think it's like the intention of the subliminal maker or something to like ruin anyone's life, honestly. But the thing is, the TV shows and the movies that I watch are mostly drama related. So if I hear the word main character, like what comes to mind is kind of like Euphoria type of shows. So it's going to be a very Euphoria-like experience, which also was seen even from the previous 2 stories that I told. But this one, oh honey, this one was way more dramatic. So basically the person that I wasn't talking to and I kind of started talking again. We were like, let's try doing this. So at some point we kind of like had a fight, and then he was like, I really can't keep doing this, I want to be done with this. So basically we broke up, and the next day I booked an appointment with my counselor because I was devastated, and that was like, my life is gonna suck from now on. But I don't know, like, I don't know. So I was also planning to meet my friend that day after the counseling session, and this detail is really relevant. So I was texting her on Snapchat in the middle of like my counseling session. She just wanted to arrange the time, whatever. So I didn't close Snapchat off of my phone, and I was basically talking about the whole situation with this guy and like how I felt and like my problems with like relationships and some like really deep kind of stuff. I'm like clutching my phone in my hands really hard because I'm stressed talking about this. And you know how like you hold down the button on your iPhone, the volume up one, and it starts recording, and how Snapchat usually keeps on recording. So I'm holding my phone in my hand like this, recording the thing without knowing it. And I don't really use Snapchat that much, so I don't know how to post a story on there or where that button even is. I don't know how it happened, but I get home from my counseling session and I see a bunch of messages from my friends. I open the message from my friend and my heart stops when I read the text because it says, "Girl, did you mean to post that?" And I'm like, post what? I also remember looking at my Snap Bitmoji, the place where it's supposed to be, and seeing some weird circle and being like, why is my Bitmoji like replaced by some circle? But literally paying no mind to it because I've never posted a story on Snapchat and I don't even know how it works. And she's like, look at your Snapchat story. I don't even know how to do that. But then I think back to that circle and I press it and my heart literally stops because it's a video of my jeans from the point where I was holding my phone in my hands. I didn't even really listen to the whole thing. I immediately started deleting it. Well, first I looked at who watched the story, and guess who the very first person that watched my Snapchat story was? The guy I was talking about. And what was even worse, everyone and their freaking grandma had like seen that story. Even like my ex from senior year of high school, which was like 3 years ago at this point, saw my story. I'm legitimately like, how are you even interested in this? I wanted to go like 6 feet under at that point. So I start like deleting it as soon as I can, and I didn't really listen to the whole thing. So I basically had no idea. So I started like messaging as many people as I could, trying to like ask them what I was talking about in there. One of them said that I was talking about a breakup. One of them said that I was talking about gonna blur that word out because I don't want anyone to know who this person is. Like, I have to get this person to like me, and like I don't matter.
This happens because you have some sort of insecurities about relationship in general.
Yeah.
But how healthy relationship should work.
So that was only like a part of it though, because I deleted the whole thing. It was like a minute-long recording, and these people listened to all of it, especially him. I to this day don't know what I said in that minute. At this point, I kind of don't care, but in that moment, I literally felt like I can never even look this person in the eyes again. Obviously, we've never, ever talked after that because I posted my therapy session talking about our goddamn relationship on the internet for everyone to see, including the people from the university that we both go to. That legitimately felt like a mess up that would happen to the main character in the movie because of how bad and how dramatic it was. But you know, at the same time, it showed me that no matter what happens, I'm still here and I'm thriving. So I actually have like so many more videos about subliminals. Like I have how I manifested friends, how I manifested a relationship, actually twice, once using a really strange law of attraction method that I actually made up. So if you want to check out that one, then watch this video right here. And I hope you guys liked this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!